Hi, this is Taya for the Real News Network here in front of the Mitchell Courthouse. I'm here with Delegate Jill Carter to ask her a few questions about the upcoming case. Hi, Jill Carter. Thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think some of the implications are of these charges that Marilyn Mosby has given to these police officers? How do you think the defense is going to react?
Well, we see how the defense is reacting. The defense is reacting in a way that, is trying to be very dismissive and damage not only the case, but damage the state's attorney's very reputation. So I think that's to be understood, because that's what a defense attorney is supposed to do. But what's more important, I think, is the city's reaction to it. I think that the fact that there are protesters here that are watching this thing and seeing it through, it's indicative that this is no longer going to be kind of business as usual. Well, where law enforcement, commit acts of brutality, people die in the hands of law enforcement, and no one's going to pay attention. And we never know from that day until the end whatever happens to the officers. Usually, well, we do know nothing, or they're even promoted more often than not. So I think this is the beginning of change. I think the city leadership is still, being dragged along, kicking and screaming at change, and I think it's a chance for the people are showing leadership, and we should take a lesson from that.
Some of the motions that the defense attorneys are filing will be to recuse Marilyn Mosby from the case because there's a conflict of interest, and they're also going to ask for a change of venue. They're going to try to move this trial outside of Baltimore City. What do you predict would happen if they are able to successfully get a change of venue?
Well, I don't think they will get a change of venue, but if they did, I think it would be a huge disaster. I think it would be very upsetting, because people here are stakeholders, and we want this case tried in our jurisdiction. This is a extended family, a Baltimore family, and we're invested in this case. It should never be changed to another jurisdiction. The publicity has been now not just national, but international, so that's certainly, you can't change it from here to Baltimore County or Calvert County and expect people not to have already known something about the case or formulated an opinion.
Basically, these charges, if successful, if Marilyn Mosby is successfully able to try these cops and get a conviction, what do you think the implications are for policing? Do you think it would affect the day-to-day lives of your average Baltimore resident?
It should, because, if again, it's going to be contingent upon law enforcement leadership and leadership of the city to really use it as a wake-up call for better policing, for not even, I don't like the word policing, for community protection, for police to protect and serve all communities. I think the wrong way to go is what we've seen so far, is to use it as an excuse to not police, or use it as an excuse to be afraid of policing, because we'll be charged. No, if you police correctly, if you don't violate people's rights, then there's no danger that you'll be arrested or charged with anything.
I guess I know you're in a hurry, Delegate, so I'll just ask you one more question about the mayor's race. Now, our incumbent, Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, it seems that her position has been somewhat weakened. There's several people coming forward to run for mayor, supposedly Weston, possibly Nick Mosby, possibly Carl Stokes, possibly definitely Sheila Dixon. And I was wondering, what kind of effect do you think this case is actually having on our mayoral race?
Unfortunately, not a great one, for this reason. It will be different if a lot of if there was momentum for new blood in politics, and these same rallying cries for justice would be rallying cries to change City Hall. But many of the people that you named are really, the same political philosophy in a different face and a different suit. So none of those people really bring the change that we need, at least based on their history and based on who finances their campaigns.
Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you, Delegate.
Thanks.
Thank you. This is Taya Graham for the Real News Network here in front of Mitchell Courthouse, and we will continue to give you coverage on the Freddie Gray trial.